Hello YouTubers, BreezyObs here once again, and I'm going to be doing my 8th game of Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo, in which so far I have won $155,400 in just 7 games. And before I begin my 8th game, I'm going to do my game show runs a little bit different now. What'll happen is, if whatever I win in this game, if I win, whatever I win, the check will be issued to me on the day that the show airs. But the money I've won previously, the $155,400, that will also be paid in that amount of whatever I win in this game until it's all paid off. If you don't understand, let me tell you what I mean. Let's say, for example, I win $10,000 in this game. That means I'll be up to $165,400 and I'll get my, $10,000 check, even though it's not real, on the date that this game will air. This is being recorded on July 1st, 2013. It might not air until later. And the remaining $155,400 I won previously will be issued to me in $10,000 checks until, it's all paid off. Anyways, enough jibber-jabbering. Let's get to the game. As mentioned, this is game 8, and I have $155,400 in just 7 games. So it'll basically be an annuity. Does that make sense? Alright. Anyways, I've chatted long enough. Let's get right to it. As mentioned, this is being recorded on Monday, July 1st, 2013. Let's begin the Jeopardy round. There's one daily double, and it could be in one of these categories. Switzerland, word origins, dancers, sports stadiums, World War II, and finally, food. Alright. I get to start. Switzerland 100.
The answer is
Swiss national hero known for shooting an apple off his son's head. Who is William Tell? Correct. I'll take Switzerland for 200.
The answer is
Answer there. Johanna Spyri's children's classic about a mountain girl. What is Heidi? Switzerland for 300.
The answer is
Its foreign national languages are German, French, Romansh, and this. What is Italian? Because I know for a fact Switzerland borders Italy. And I'm right again. Switzerland for 400.
The answer is
The gnomes of Zurich are these. The gnomes of Zurich are these. Let's see if Jim knows it. Bankers. The gnomes of Zurich are bankers. But then again, Switzerland is known for their banks, so... Alright, Jim, next selection. Switzerland for 500.
The answer is
What a Swiss state is called, or the name of a large city in China. What is a canton? And that'll get me up to $1,100. Okay. Word origins 100.
The answer is
This trademark brand has become the common name for petroleum jelly. What is Vaseline? Yep. Word origins for 200.
The answer is
From GP for General Purpose Army Vehicle. What is a Jeep? Uh-huh. I'll take word origins for 300.
The answer is
So there. Table d'hôte, serving the same meal to all diners, come from this language, which also gave us cuisine. Oh, I think I know this. French. Yep. I should have known that because I speak French. A little bit. So Jenny gets some money, $300. Where will she go now? Word origins for 400.
The answer is
Teddy Roosevelt term for someone charging others with corruption. What is a Rough Rider? Oh, can't Can't type tonight. Nope, not a Rough Rider, so I dropped to 1,000. Jenny. It's a muckraker. Muckraker. Not a Rough Rider. Jenny, select again. Okay. Food for 100.
The answer is.
The answer there. Prickly pears are plucked from this type of plant. What is a cactus? Food for 200.
The answer is.
Guinness says the longest pork one ever made stretched over 8 miles in length. What is a sausage? I like sausage. I have sausage here and there. Correct. Okay, food for 300.
The answer is.
A spaghetti sauce made of basil, pine nuts, garlic, and olive oil. What is pesto? Uh-huh. Food for 400.
The answer is.
The FDA forbids the use of the word caviar alone on a label unless it comes from this type of fish. What is a beluga? Yeah. Food for 500.
The answer is.
Mangoes are a common ingredient in this pungent Indian relish. What is chutney? Well done in that category. I sure do know my food. Word origins for 500. Oh, answer there, the Daily Double. Okay, and I have $2,500. I have a big lead right now. 500. Okay, this will get me up to $3,000 if I'm right on this clue. Adjective for an independent contractor. It was originally a mercenary with his own spear. I don't know on this one, so I'm going to have to give a stupid answer. And it's a good thing I didn't wager a lot of money. But I'm going to have to say, and I know it's wrong, what is appendicitis methane? No, not even close. Freelance. Freelance. But I'm down to $2,000. I still have a big lead. Dancers for 100.
The answer is.
He wore his trademark top hat and tails in his very first film, Dancing Lady, with Joan Crawford. Who is Fred Astaire? Dancers for 200.
The answer is.
There. This Broadway hoofer, once a female impersonator, played a Broadway hoofer in Yankee Doodle Dandy. Who was James Cagney? It's the one. Dancers 300.
The answer is.
This 1983 film focused on a steelworker named Alex who wanted to be a ballerina. What is Flashdance? I, of course, have seen Flashdance. I have the movie. I have it on a blank DVD when I recorded it off, I believe, HBO Signature. I'll check the disc later on. But Dancers for 400.
The answer is.
Donna McKinchie, Carol Bishop, and Sammy Williams all won Tony Awards for playing dancers in this musical. Alright. I believe I'm going to say what is a chorus line. Uh-huh. Dancers for 500.
The answer is.
Though born in Bombay, Juliet Prowse grew up in this country. What is South Africa? If that's right, that'll be 2 categories I've knocked in the head. $3,500. Okay. I'll take sports stadiums for 100.
The answer is.
The house that Ruth built. What is Yankee Stadium? Uh-huh. Sports stadiums for 200.
The answer is.
Boston's Green Monster is in this stadium. Oh, and Jim locked me out. That would be Fenway Park. I knew that one. That's alright. Don't sweat it. Shake it off. Next clue. Sports stadiums 300.
The answer is.
Major League Baseball's first dome stadium is in this city. I think I know this. Houston, Texas. That was my guess. But Jim locked me out. Oh well. Like I said, don't sweat. Check it off. World War II for 100.
The answer is.
FDR called him Uncle Joe. Who was Joseph Stalin? Yeah. World War II for 200.
The answer is.
On July 20th, 1944, German Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg tried to assassinate him. Who was Adolf Hitler? World War II for 300.
The answer is.
9 months before D-Day, American troops invaded this country. What is Italy? World War II for 400.
The answer is.
If you go long enough without a bath, even the fleas will let you alone, wrote this correspondent. Oh, I keep forgetting about this one. Ernie Pyle. Yeah, I always forget this one. Oh well. Jenny takes second place, but I have a big, big lead. World War II 500.
The answer is.
In 1942, the Southeast Asian monarchy joined the Axis. Ah, Jim! You locked me out. And I knew it. Thailand. It was Thailand. So he goes to 1400. There's 2 clues left. Sports stadiums for 400.
The answer is.
The Chicago Cubs can now go out and play at night here. What is Wrigley Field? We have 1 clue left. Let's look at it.
The answer is.
Ann Arbor School that has the largest U.S. college stadium. What is the University of Michigan? University of Michigan, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm at 5,100, Jim 1,400, Jenny 1,100. So Jenny will go first in Double Jeopardy. Could I be on my way to another huge payday? We'll find out. Here are the categories for Double Jeopardy.
Here are the categories.
2 daily doubles this time. Religion. Musicals. The Olympics. Ancient history. Tennessee Williams. And finally, animals. Ooh. All except animals. The rest look kind of challenging, but we'll find out. Jenny, go first. Religion for 200.
The answer is.
He was the doubter among the apostles. Who was Thomas? Okay. Religion for 400.
The answer is.
This word for the Muslim religion means submission to the will of God. Jenny. What is Islam? Islam is right. To 1,500. Next clue. Religion for 600.
The answer is.
Continent with the largest Jewish population. What is North America? It is indeed North America. Religion for 800.
The answer is.
Color of smoke signifying the election of a new pope. Ah! Jim, you locked me out. And it's white. I knew that one! Darn you, Jim. Oh well, check it off. Check it off. Musicals, 200.
The answer is.
It opens with Tevye touting tradition. And Jenny locked me out. Fiddler on the Roof. That is correct. Okay, Animals for 200. That one shouldn't be too bad. To replace lost water, these desert chips may drink 20 gallons or more at a time. What are camels? Like $5,900, but it's about to turn into $6,100. Animals for 400, please.
The answer is
Okay. Named for a marsupial, this rodent drums on the earth with its large legs to communicate. Ah! Jenny locks me out. The kangaroo rat. Yep. Like I said, don't let it get to me. Shake it off. Okay, Tennessee Williams for 200.
the answer is
Ooh. Season he paired with smoke and suddenly. What is summer? I've never heard of summer smoke, but I've heard of suddenly last summer. Tennessee Williams for 400, please.
the answer is
The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone was one of only 2 he had published. Excuse me. What are screenplays? No. Down to 5,900, but I'm still leading. Jenny. What are novels? Oh, that was my other guess. Novels. She takes second place. She's got $2,500. Next selection. Animals for 600. Oh, one of the 2 daily doubles. Uh-oh. She's going all in. Here's the clue. These members of the squirrel family live in excavated towns, which may be populated by thousands of them, and she's gonna lose all her money. Prairie dogs. So she can kiss all her money goodbye. Musicals for 400. And there's the other daily double. Now you can only risk up to 1,000, and that's exactly what she's going to do. Here's the clue. John Van Druten's I Am a Camera developed into this musical picture of pre-war Germany, and she says cabaret, and she's right. Okay, we have no more daily doubles, so let's go on. Ancient History 200. Though an ethnic Macedonian, she was the most famous queen of Egypt. Who was Nefertiti? Oh no. Shoot. I'm starting to slip a little bit. If I keep slipping, I might not have a huge payday. I'm looking for Cleopatra. Cleopatra. So Jim got that one right. So let's go on. Tennessee Williams for 600.
the answer is
Play which featured a gentleman caller and was originally called the Gentleman Caller. What is the Glass Menagerie? Shoot. There. Tennessee Williams for 800.
the answer is
His real first name Thomas. His real first name was Thomas. That was kind of my hunch, but I did not want to risk it. Next clue. The Olympics for 200.
the answer is
In 1984, he became the first man since 1928 to win both the platform and springboard diving events. Who was Greg Louganis? The Olympics for 400.
the answer is
The 500-meter version of this is the quickest timed event in the Winter Games with a record of 36.45 seconds. Jenny. Men's speed skating. That is correct. She's at 2,200, only $200 behind Jim, but I still have the lead. Animals for 800.
the answer is
Most species of these fabulously collared and plumed birds live in New Guinea, not in Shangri-La. What are birds of paradise? Olympics for 1,000.
The answer is
Well known as a pet, the golden variety of this mammal goes through pregnancy in only 16 days. What is a hamster? 8,300. Okay, religion for 1,000.
the answer is
This Buddhist sect seeks truth through concepts like the sound of one hand clapping. Jenny. Zen. She takes second place now with $3,200. Going on. The Olympics for 600.
the answer is
This type of equestrian race was added to the ancient games in 680 BC. What is chariot racing? Yep. The Olympics for 800.
the answer is
After the 1992 Winter Games in Albertville, France, the next Winter Games will be held in this year. What is 1994? The Olympics for 1,000.
the answer is
Competing in the 1924 and 1928 games, this U.S. swimmer won a total of 5 gold medals. Who is Johnny Weissmuller? Now on the 5 figures, 10,700. Musicals for 600.
the answer is
George M. Cohan played this president in I'd Rather Be Right. Who was, I believe Harry Truman, so I'm going to say who was Harry Truman. Sorry, that is wrong. But I'm still in the lead. Oh, it's Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Jim got that one right. He's at 3,000. Musicals for 800.
the answer is
A Pulitzer Prize-winning book by James Michener became this Pulitzer Prize-winning show. South Pacific. South Pacific. Okay. Correct. Alright, Jim, next selection. Musicals for 1,000.
the answer is
Gene Kelly originally played this title cad who bewitched, bothered, and bewildered the ladies. Jenny. Pal Joey. 4,200, Jenny. Ancient history for 400.
the answer is
Reportedly blind, he opened our eyes to the Iliad and Odyssey. Who was Homer? Ancient history for 600.
the answer is
Our word for paper derives from this Egyptian plant. What is papyrus? Ancient history for 800.
the answer is
He crossed the Rubicon, a giant step toward coming to power. Who was... Hannibal? No, he's not the one. But I'm still in the 5 figures. I have 10,300. It was Julius Caesar. Oh. Derp. Jim's at 4,600, and there's $2,000 clues left. He'll take the Tennessee Williams
the
one
answer
first.
is
He rewrote the third act of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof at the request of this stage and screen director, Jenny. Elia Kazan. Elia Kazan. I don't know how you say her name, but either way, it's right. Now time for the final clue.
the answer is
Student of Socrates and teacher of Aristotle. Plato. So at the end of Double Jeopardy, Jim goes up to 5,600, Jenny 5,200, and me 10,300. So it's still anyone's game. It will all depend on how Final Jeopardy goes. Category is the Olympics. So if Jim gets it right, he goes up to 11,200. So I'm going to have to wager $901. Here is the clue. Confirmed. Of the 5 continents symbolized by Olympic rings, the only one never to host the games. Africa. Know this one. Jim's going to go 3,600. Okay. Now we go to Jenny. Just going to go 4,200. Okay. Now we go to Alex Trebek.
Final Jeopardy answer is...
It is Africa, so my run is going to continue. Jenny got it right. She goes into 9,400. Jim got it right. He'll go up to 9,200. I got it right. So I go up to 11,201 for an 8-game winning total of $166,601. So, since I won $11,201 this game, that means 1 week from the air date of this game on YouTube, that's when I'll get a check for $11,201. And for the coming weeks, like each week after I get my $11,201 check, I'll keep getting a check for $11,201 or significantly lower amounts until all the $155,400 from previously is paid off. So that will do it for this game of Jeopardy for the Super Nintendo. I will see you all for my next game soon.